Just so you guys know, there's a brand new episode on my podcast, Let's Get Real, the podcast. It's for anyone. Don't forget to check it out. Available on all streaming platforms. New episodes every single Monday. And of course, my book, Mindfulness Through the Stars, is available in Target, Amazon, pretty much anywhere you can find books nationwide. Go check it out. It's a mindfulness guide to becoming a better you through your zodiac sign. And finally, Zodiac Haven is my website. There are constantly sales going on, so if you love astrology, anything, or spiritual items, go check it out. And if you're interested in anything I just mentioned, everything will be linked down below. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I make astrology videos here on YouTube. It has been forever since I posted a video. I actually did Vlogmas on my other channel, and because I was doing daily uploads for 25 straight days, I didn't really have time to make content on this channel, and I'm really trying to grow that one, so I'm sorry for the hiatus. I took some time off in the new year after my 25 days of uploading, took some weeks off, and now I'm back. I know the new year started over 20 days ago, but it's not too late to give you guys a New Year's resolution video based off of your zodiac sign. In this video, I'm going to talk about the best New Year's resolution to focus on for the new year according to your sign. Obviously, I'm going to give you guys some really useful information, but if you do want a more in-depth analysis on your year, on your zodiac sign, and on traits you want to focus on and spiritual advice, then something I do want to mention to you guys is Keen. Keen is not something new to my channel. I've worked with Keen many times. I absolutely love that brand, love that website, and love all of the spiritual advice, wisdom, and astrology stuff that I get to learn. So Keen, if you guys didn't know, is actually a website and now an app that gives you access to thousands and thousands of different experts in the whole field of astrology, tarot, metaphysical world, spirituality, etc. So if you're looking for some type of reading, if you're looking for an astrologer, if you want to speak to a medium to get in contact with your loved ones, I love to use Keen as like a spiritual advisor mostly. So I like to go on and get advice so that I can work on my personal development, things like that. I also love me a good tarot reading. So if you are interested in checking out Keen, make sure to try out the link in my description. The first 10 minutes that you do are only $1.99, which is super, super cheap. So if you want to do a call for 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, it's gonna cost you next to nothing. In my advice, it's totally worth it. You could literally pay hundreds of dollars an hour for psychics in person out in the real world, but on the virtual world, you can go on Keen and get a reading for as low as $2. So make sure to check them out. Everything to do with Keen is linked in my description box below. Make sure to click that link if you want to check out everything that I just mentioned. Okay, so I'm gonna give advice based off of your zodiac sign, and we're gonna start with Aries season because why not? I should have started with Capricorn because we are, no, it's Aquarius season tonight. It's Aquarius. I'm filming this a little early. Obviously I pre-recorded this. So right now it's actually still Capricorn season, but tomorrow is Aquarius season. If you guys didn't know, I'm an Aquarius. I know my shirt says Leo. I'm not a Leo. This is just my merch from zodiachaven.com. I'm actually an Aquarius. So yeah, we're gonna start with Aries though. So Aries, my number one piece of advice to you, something that you should work on all year, is stepping into your power. So I know a lot of Aries are known to be the leaders, the aggressors, powerful people. And yes, they are, but a lot of them have not tapped into that yet. So there are some of you guys out there that know your potential and know your sign and how far you could go just by being an Aries alone, but you have yet to step into your power. Maybe there's a business that you've been wanting to start that you're just scared to do because you don't want all that authority over a brand. You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. You're intimidated by the whole process, but who knows? Maybe you could end up being a CEO of a giant ass company in 10 years because of this little startup business that you're thinking of. Step into your power. Go after the things that you want, pursue them, and go get them. It's in your nature. Once you start that, your Aries self will come out and you'll automatically start going for everything that follows that. You just need to get that first step into your power. I'm telling you, with your sign, it will come naturally. You just need to take that first leap of faith and everything will fall into place. Taurus, you need to work on your self-awareness. So a lot of Taurus are very stubborn, in denial, think they're right. We know this, it's fine. We all have flaws and that's okay. But I think the problem is not that the Taurus is all those things. I think the problem is that a lot of Taurus are not self-aware enough to acknowledge when they are being a certain way. Yeah, you can be stubborn, but if you're self-aware, you'll be able to know, am I being stubborn or am I actually right? And once you can kind of, you know, pinpoint the two and figure out which one you are, I think that's a beautiful thing because you'll be able to work on yourself and recognize when you're being stubborn and that's it, period. Or you'll be able to recognize, okay, no, I'm actually right and I will stick to my argument. But when you're not self-aware, you can't tell the difference. You're always right. That's it. Stubborn, 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 always right. So as a Taurus, I think it's your job this year to achieve self-awareness and work on that. Oh my God, I've already plugged Keen and my fucking merch. But I mean, I'm just gonna quickly throw this out there. My book is about astrology and self-awareness. So if you do wanna become self-aware through your zodiac sign, check out my book, Mindfulness Through the Stars. Gonna learn this down below. Shameless plug, but very shameful plug actually. Okay, I'm sorry, no more plugs. Yeah, self-awareness is something that you should really work on. I learned a lot through YouTube, through reading books, through quizzes about myself, figuring out my personality, through the MBTI. So many different things help me learn who I am. So definitely look into it. Self-awareness is the key to peaceful, happy lives. Gemini, I think your goal this year should be to try new things. A lot of Geminis are very adventurous, all that stuff, yes, but it's usually stuff that they decide at like a young age that they want to pursue or do. You know what I mean? So like, maybe the Gemini, since they're 14 years old, be saying, I want to skydive, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they have like a list of things they want to do, and that's kind of it. But you want to explore new things. You want to think about things that you've never thought to do and do them. For example, if you're a very picky eater, then try like foods that you would never try, like liver or chicken feet or duck or, you know, whatever it is. Like try new things, try a new hobby. If you love dancing and you love to go to clubs and you love to do things like that, try playing tennis, try painting, try things you've never done before and see what you like. Because Gemini, I think because they're so like outgoing and loud and adventurous, like you think that, you know, they are just crazy and will do anything, but no, they actually do like to stay in their comfort zone. I know that might surprise some people, but they actually do like to stay within what they know. So try new shit and see what happens. You might figure out a hobby that you love and end up starting a cool new venture and monetizing some, like a passion, rather than working your 9 to 5. You never know what could happen this year, so try something new. Cancer, something you guys need to learn, and I mean, this doesn't apply to all of you, I understand that, but most Cancers I've met, and whatever, learn how to say no. I really think that a lot of you need to learn how to say no. Learn how to say no to yourself, learn how to say no to others, learn how to say no. Because a lot of you guys end up doing too much for people who don't deserve it, and then you end up resenting them, and then you realize, I shouldn't resent them, this is my fault, and then you start resenting yourself, then you start hating yourself, and then it's like a vicious cycle of like, I hate them, I hate myself, they ask me to do too much, I say yes way too often, they take advantage of me. It's like this cycle, but it all comes down to you don't know how to say no. Say no. Practice that. Obviously within reason. If your mom, who does everything for you, was like, can you please make me a sandwich or get me a cup of water? Don't be like, no. Do it. But if you have a very toxic mother who uses you and is lazy, then be like, you know what? I'm busy. I'm doing something right now. No. Within reason. But practice saying no. It's an art, to be honest. Leo. You love to be around people so much. You love to have friends, you love to be popular, you just love people, you're an extrovert. The problem with this though is that you just keep people around for the sake of having them around. You don't care for them. If they're gone, you won't miss them, but you also don't feel like going through the whole process of like breaking up with people or breaking up with your friends or cutting people off. So your goal this year should be let go of toxic people, let go of the people whose relationships no longer serve you, whether that be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a best friend, or a cousin who's toxic, or a mom who's toxic. Let go of toxic people. Obviously, there are certain situations that it's a little bit hard. Obviously, if you have toxic parents and you're underage, you can't just run away. It's just not practical. But if it's a situation that is like an abusive household, or you know, you have the option to leave somehow, do that if you can. Save up some money, get out on your own. If it's a friend who takes advantage of you and you guys have good times partying together, honestly, you're not partying anytime soon unless you live in fucking Florida where all the idiots are that disrespect COVID guidelines. You're not partying anytime soon anyways. So this friend actually has no benefit to you. By the time you heal from the loss of this friend, or the friendship breakup, you'll be able to get out there and meet new people when COVID is over, if that ever happens. So cut off that shitty friend that doesn't do anything for you, that is draining you. Cut off that boyfriend who you know you don't want to be with. Cut off whoever you need to cut off. Now is the time to go internal and do some inner work, figure yourself out. So the less people in your circle, the better, especially if they are shitty people. So figure your shit out and cut some people off. Virgo, you guys are perfectionists. You guys have very high expectations of yourself and others, but you know, you also feed into the opinions of other people and endeavors. So what you guys should really focus on is stop allowing external sources outside of yourself to validate how you feel about yourself. That means, like, don't define yourself by external factors. So for example, don't define your success in life, or don't define your, like, who you are as a person by things like your job, or things like the circle of friends you have around you, or your account balance. Don't say that you failed in life because you have no money in your account. That doesn't mean you failed. Are you a good person? Do you do good for other people? Are you working towards something great? Those things count. Those things matter. But those things, they do add to your self-worth, but at the end of the day, your self-worth is all internal. It's all about who you are, how you treat people, what you offer to the people that are in your life, and what you do for yourself. You know what I mean? Start defining yourself by things that actually matter, rather than like, oh, I have a shitty job, I failed in life, I'm a shitty person. Or, oh, these people don't like me, so I'm a shitty person. Only allow yourself to really dictate who you are as a person and how you are as a person. So yeah, try and work on that. Libra, you guys need to step into your authentic self this year. A lot of Libras are living in denial. They feel like they're themselves, they're comfortable, they're confident, but in reality, they're surface level showing you who they really are. A lot of Libras that I know, it takes them like a year or two to really open up to certain people, and I understand that process. It's not always easy to be vulnerable or crazy or goofy with that, just anyone right away, but at the end of the day, life is short, and if you can, try to step into your authentic self right away with people. If they like it, they like it. If they're scared off, they're scared off. If they think you're weird, they think you're weird. But the chances are they're gonna love it, because Libras are awesome. And I think you should give people the chance to like or dislike you based on who you actually are, and not the surface level version of yourself that you usually give others. So step into your authentic self and see what happens this year. Scorpio, you guys need to be more open with yourself and with others. I feel like you guys are in denial about a lot of your emotions, about a lot of the things you care about a lot of the things you deal with. And I think that some of you need to learn how to be more vulnerable and open with yourself first, and be honest about how you feel about things. Because sometimes you guys can be like mourning a breakup and just act like it's fine and act like you don't care, and you convince yourself and you just never mourn, but then you end up fucking up every relationship you have after that because you never gave yourself the chance to heal. So understand that you are able to be vulnerable with yourself, and practice vulnerability with yourself alone, and then practice it with others. Start telling people how you feel about things. Did you cry last night? Did you feel shitty about that breakup that happened 2 weeks ago? Tell your best friend, tell whoever. Start being open about your thoughts, feelings, and emotions with other people, and I think you'll feel a big weight lifted off of your chest, because you're human and sometimes you just need that emotional release. I think you guys should really work on letting go of certain emotions and being open and vulnerable with yourself and others, being true to your feelings. Now Sagittarius have no problem doing that. Sagittarius is kind of the opposite. Learn how to control your emotions. I'm not saying keep them all in and bottle them up. I'm saying learn how to control them, because sometimes, like, you guys get mad, but you don't get mad. You get mad. You get like up here mad. When you're sad, you don't get like sad. You get like sad, rock bottom sad. There's like levels to this shit. Like, you guys are high highs, low lows, and you guys are a lot. You guys are a lot, and I think that you guys need to work on your emotions and controlling them. Don't let things affect you as much as they do. Remember that everybody is viewing you from their own perspective of their own reality. So what they think of you, somebody else won't think the same thing. So don't let people affect you the way that you do. I feel like a lot of Sagittarius let others dictate how they feel, and they just don't know how to control it, especially in romantic relationships. They can get jealous, they can get upset, they can get angry, and it's taken to a whole level that it does need to be taken to. So try to put your emotions in check, and I think you'll see a significant change in your life. Capricorn, it's very important that you guys learn to find beauty in imperfection. You guys are big perfectionists. I wouldn't say you're as bad as a Virgo or an Aries, but you guys are bad. You guys are bad, and the thing is, it's like you put all this emphasis and pressure on perfectionism, but you don't actually care for perfectionism. You just care for other people to see your perfectionism. Do you know what I mean? If you're doing a job for yourself, you might not put 100% into it. If you're doing a job for someone else, you're gonna put 150. which is great, don't get me wrong, but this also comes up in other things that don't really matter, and you just strive for perfectionism, and it like holds value over your life. So my message to you guys is just try to find the beauty in imperfect things in your life. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself and try and embrace everything for what it is. Like, all flaws included, all imperfections included. Embrace it with open arms. And I feel like you'll live a very carefree, stress-free life compared to what you might be living in right now. Aquarius, this is my New Year's resolution, and it's probably something that most of us should work on. Learn to be selfless. This has been a journey for me. At least 2 to 3 years I've been working through this, and I've been doing it all the wrong ways. If anybody has any advice on how to be selfless, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But I think that a lot of Aquarius have this internal hatred towards themselves. Maybe hatred is a strong word, but they don't live in full abundance or self-love because they can be so critical of themselves. And you guys can be really critical because you don't like yourself and how you treat other people. Sometimes you feel like you're not the nicest, you can be snobby, you can be a little mean, you can be a little judgmental. All those things may or may not be true, but because you view yourself as those things, you have this, like, you know, this thing towards yourself that you're not happy with. And if you practice selflessness, you're going to love yourself more because you're doing so much good for other people that it fulfills you and it fills you up and makes you feel good. And I think that selflessness is something that will only ever benefit from. I think some people can be too selfless, but it has nothing to do with them because they're a good person. It has to do with the bad people that take advantage of them. At least the selfless people know they've always done their best, you know what I mean, and always done what they could. So Aquarius, you should practice selflessness this year. Lastly, the Pisces. This one, I think this will hit hard for a lot of you. Less talk, more action. Just fucking do it. Just do it. I don't care what it is that you've been talking about for the past 6 years. I don't care what it is that you've been thinking up in your mind for the past 10 years. I don't care if you had the idea 2 weeks ago. I don't care if it's, you know, you're quitting your job or dropping out of school or doing this or moving to New York. Just do it. You guys are all talk. You've been all talk your whole life. Take at least one thing seriously in your life and just do it. Do it. Less talk, more action. 2021 Pisces. Okay, that's all I really have to say about Pisces because it's simple. Just fucking do it. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you resonated with it. Write down the goal if you do feel it applies to you in your life and what you want to change, and make it happen in real life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, if you do want a more insightful reading or more information on your sign or anything like that, go on Keen. The link is in my description. You can get that deal for only $1.99. And you get 10 minutes of talk time, which can answer a lot of questions, trust me. So yeah, check out Keen, link in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.